I made the decision just after Christmas Day this year to stop drinking alcohol for good. I didn't quit drinking because, in my mind, I didn't give up anything at all. The way I see it in my mindset, I have gained so much by this simple, not easy, but simple personal decision that I look like it feels to me like I've gained so much. And I can't really say that any decision that I've made in my life, any change I've made in my life, has had more of a positive impact than this single decision to stop drinking alcohol. And I have gained so much time. I have made so much more money. I have been so much more productive. I can't think of any decision that I've made in my entire life that's had more of a positive impact on my life than turning my back on something that no longer served me. And that's how I finally made the decision and I had been thinking about it for a while, because I'm always asking myself one question. And, excuse me, if I want to live a badass, extraordinary life, I have to be willing to turn my back on anything and everything that is not extraordinary. Anything that's ordinary, average, mediocre, anything that's not directly aligned with my goals, my mission, my values, my personal rules, then I have to turn my back on it. I need to have no time. I need to give those things no energy. And I need to use the swift sword. And I need to cut the rope with those things. Those things, of course, can be people, negative influences. They can be substances. They can be, whatever. Anything that doesn't serve you, anything that's not in line with your personal mission, with your goals and your values, and where you want to go as a business owner, as a husband, as a father, as a community leader. Anything that's not congruent with your badass legacy, in my biased opinion, needs to go. You need to use the swift sword. You need to curate those things out of your life, and you need to turn your back on anything that is not extraordinary. Drinking alcohol is the behavior of the ordinary man. That's just a fact. It is a $1 trillion marketing industry. As you know, it is everywhere. Everything from it's 5 o'clock somewhere to happy hour this to, wine and beer this. It's everywhere in our society. And I finally figured it out after decades and decades that because it's everywhere, because it's a $1 trillion marketed industry, that everybody is drinking alcohol and drinking too much in most cases. So using my badass core principle, look around and see what everybody else is doing, and then do the exact opposite. So I finally had the mental balls to make that simple decision to look around and see what everybody else was doing. What's Joe average? What's the mediocre majority? What are the businessmen who are living a life of quiet desperation? What are they all doing? And this is one of the biggies. They're all using alcohol. They're using alcohol to escape. They're using alcohol to medicate. They're using alcohol to change their state. But at the end of the day, it's an ordinary behavior. And if I want a badass, extraordinary life, I have to turn my back on it. So I made that decision between Christmas and New Year's, and I have not looked back. It is the single most important decision that I have made in my adult life. And as I said, I have gained so much time, so much clarity, so much money, and I have my mornings back. The reason that I stopped drinking alcohol wasn't because I was out of control in that area of my life. I wasn't out of control at all. I would go months sometimes without having a single a drink. But when I did have a couple of drinks, 2-3 drinks on the end of the dock on a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon, out boating or reading at the end of the dock, something changed for me in the last handful of years. And what changed is if I had more than one single drink, I would be physically ill the next day. So I would wake up with a fog, with a headache. I wouldn't be able to focus. And I would literally be mentally, especially mentally, useless for 24 hours after. So if I had a couple of drinks at the end of the dock or sitting around the fire on a Friday, then my Saturday, I was unable to focus. I wasn't able to read. I wasn't able to write. I wasn't able to journal. I just wasn't myself. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm very focused on the two things that are finite to me, that there's no more of, which is number one, my time. My time is finite, and my energy is finite. And I ruthlessly protect both. I ruthlessly protect my time, and I ruthlessly protect my energy. And this was something that would steal my time and steal my energy. So since I stopped drinking at the end of December, I have regained my mornings. I have literally regained my mornings. I have gone from, struggling to get out of bed at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock to being up every single day, 7 days a week at 5:50, prayer, lemon water, write out my 1 or 2 goals, my mission in life, my personal mission, and boom, shoes on and out the door, walking, sharing a mini adventure with you and shooting these daily videos. I now have reclaimed my mornings, mentally and physically. I have lost weight naturally. I lost about 7 pounds. As soon as you're not pouring that sugar, that poison into your body, let's say 1 day a week, let's say 2 days a week, when you stop burning your body down, a day or two, like most people, weekends make us weak. As soon as I stopped doing that, I immediately lost 7 pounds, and I've stayed at that weight. So I was carrying sugar. I was carrying, that's due to sugar that's in there. So very, very important. Good morning. The other benefits that I've noticed have been attention span, also mood and state. You're just in a better mood as a husband, as a father, and you're better connected. You're more present because physically you're at the top of your game. But it all for me came down to turning my back on something that was ordinary behavior because I want an extraordinary life. So I wanted to share that personal story with you. It really comes down to many decisions in your life where you have to constantly be asking yourself that power question. Okay, what is my personal mission? What is the one thing in my life that is most important? What is the number one goal that you have above all other goals? And what's the one thing that you cannot not talk about? What is the one thing that gives you, chills or goosebumps when you talk about it? What is the one thing, that gets you up early and keeps you up late? What's the one thing that you have an absolute obsession, an absolute passion for? You cannot not talk about it. You cannot shut up about it. And what is the one thing that when you're working on that one thing, time just disappears? It could be 3 hours, could be 5 hours. It doesn't matter. You're never looking at a clock. It's the one thing you're totally immersed in and you literally can't get enough. It's all that you want to do. That, my friend, is your personal mission. It's your number one purpose, it's your number one goal, and it's what should be driving your life. You should be getting up every morning 1 hour earlier and working for the first hour on that, your personal mission. You write it down, you think about it, you perfect it, but what is your personal mission? And then when you get to bed early and get up an hour earlier, what's the most important thing you want to work on every day? That number one personal goal, personal mission. And that's what I do. Every day I work 1 hour, minimum 1 hour, on my personal mission. Usually I work a lot more than that, but every day at least 1 hour on my personal mission. And my personal mission is simple. My personal mission now, and you have different ones throughout your life, my personal mission right now is to help transform the lives of 1 million businessmen just like you. Businessmen over the age of 40, married with children, already doing well in lots of areas, but maybe struggling in some others, to help you build and transform your entire world and life by me teaching you what I call the lost ancient art of world building. I teach you how to design and build a brand new world. Your world, your rules. Your world, your terms. And to bottom line it, my mission in life is to teach 100 businessmen, just like you, how to live life and do business on your own terms. That's my personal mission. That's what I get up every day out of bed, and that's what I work on for a minimum hour. That's my number one goal. That's my number one obsession. That's my number one passion. And that's my personal mission. So back to my story of stopping drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol and losing, a day here, costing me time, costing me focus, costing me energy. None of that was in alignment with my personal mission. It was the opposite of my personal mission. I would lose a morning, I'd wake up, I wasn't feeling well, I had a headache, I was dehydrated. That's the life of the ordinary man. So to have a life that's extraordinary and to live my personal mission of helping 1 million men Well, I have got to turn my back on everything and anything that's ordinary. So that's what I did. And it's amazing when we ask this question then, once you have your personal mission, once you've decided, okay, Michael, this is my personal mission, you write it down, you post it on your bathroom mirror, you post it beside your bed stand, you write it in your journal, you have it on the wall at home where you can see it every day. This is your number one thing. And then constantly ask yourself day after day, week after week, you take inventory of your personal life and your business life and you say, does this behavior, does this person, does this activity, is this, the behavior and thinking of the ordinary man, or is this the thinking and behavior of an extraordinary man, a person with an extraordinary life? And then you get out the swift sword and you cut the rope with things that no longer serve you in building an extraordinary life. Again, it could be people, it could be influences, it could be television, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be gambling, it could be family, it could be social media, it could be employees, it could be all kinds of different cancers inside your business and your life. What do you do with cancer? You cut it out. You cut it out and get rid of it, and you replace it with something that then serves you, something that's extraordinary. I talked about that with goal setting. Get rid of bad habits one at a time and replace them with good habits one at a time. This is no different. So like the late, great Kobe Bryant said, anything that isn't in alignment, anything that's not directly involved in his mission, and his mission was to win NBA championships, he starved those things of time. He didn't waste time socializing with players and going on 2-week vacations. He didn't do any of that. He had two things in his life. He had family and he had basketball. Family and basketball. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, when they're talking about retirement, they talked about he doesn't have any hobbies. He has basketball and he has family. He has family and he has basketball. Two things. And that's it. Because anything else was not serving his mission to win national championships and to, develop young men. So simple, less is more. Less is more. So that's it for today. Michael McLean, badassmillionaire.com. And if you like these videos, I shoot them every day on my broken iPhone 7. It's just you and me out here. Nobody helps me with any of this stuff. Part of my daily mission is to shoot a video every single day, which I do. Good morning. And I shoot these every day and I send them to my list. And if you like these daily adventures, it's basically me on my 4-mile power walk talking. I don't script anything. I don't write anything down. I just get up, splash some water on my face, brush my teeth and go and talk to you. So if you like these daily mini adventures around our community in Naples, Florida, then subscribe to my channel below. And I will send you a video every single day. If you're on my email list or if you subscribe to my channel below, I appreciate any comments, good or bad. Actually, I don't care about comments, good or bad. But if you feel so inclined, okay. Also, if you don't have a copy of my brand new book, my non-bestseller, How to Not Get Your Ass Kicked in Business and in Life, you can correct that badass mistake by going to nobullbook.com, the link's below, and investing $20 in your business, marketing, family, health, physical health, mental health, time management, the whole enchilada. And it's a physical book. I don't do these go fetch PDFs. I don't do pretend ebooks or any of that stuff. I write and I produce real books, and there's also the audiobook version. So you can do that at the link below. And a couple of other things. I have a free webinar training. It's nothing, you don't have to buy anything, at worldbuildingwebinar.com. That link is below. That webinar training I did a couple of weeks back. It's my top 10 insider secrets to helping you build a brand new badass world, personal and professional. It's my top 10 secrets, and you can watch that for free. It's about 90 minutes, all content, at worldbuildingwebinar.com. The link's below. And finally, if it's your cup of whiskey, you can apply and be put on my waiting list for my next World Building 8-week coaching program, which will be coming up this summer. You can apply and you can be put on a waiting list. It's closed right now. My World Building Coaching Brotherhood is closed right now, but it will be reopening in June. You can do that at badassmillionaire.com/apply, and that link is below as well. So that's it for today. Always, give that some thought. What is your personal mission? What's the one thing you cannot not talk about? And get that thing in your life. And get up first thing every day. The first hour of the day belongs to you, minimum. Get up and own your morning, and get up and work on your number one priority. And your number one priority should be your number one goal, which is your personal mission. Get up every day and work for no less than 1 hour on your personal mission. I shared my personal mission with you. I get up every day and I work on that. And once you have that written down and clear in your head, it's always evolving, it's always changing, then make sure you take inventory in your life and say, what isn't serving me in that? What in my life? I want a badass, extraordinary life. I want to live my mission. What is in my life? What things, people, influences, what ordinary, mediocre, and average influences in my life, like technology, like cell phone use, like anti-social media, like negative friends, like poisonous influences, like alcohol, like certain foods, certain people, certain habits, that you can use the Swift sword and you can cut the rope and you can curate these things out of your life so that you're constantly curating ordinary things out of your life. Ordinary does not serve an extraordinary life. If it's ordinary and average and mediocre, look around, see what everybody else is doing, and do the exact opposite. Do the exact opposite. That, my friend, is how we build an extraordinary badass world. That's it. 2 words that changed my life, and 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.